Well, good people, as I always say, if you're coming to your charts and you don't know exactly what you're looking for, you're simply gambling. You need to know exactly what you're looking for way before you even open your charts. How do we achieve this? By doing our analysis a night before. That does you a lot of favor, believe me. Why? Because when you're analyzing a night before, you know exactly which asset you're going to be looking for or at the following day and what opportunities to expect the next day. And if you realize that you don't have anything, then you just skip the day. Remember, some people think it's very important to always be in a trade. No, that's a recipe for a disaster. You only execute when you have something. And doing nothing is also part of speculation, and it's the most important part of speculation because it preserves your capital, okay? Because if you're going to come to your charts and there is nothing you have been looking for, you are simply going to be guessing, all right? So when you look at my charts, you can see that I have this pink highlighted box here. This is last week's high and last week's low, and again I have this black dotted lines here which denote yesterday's high and yesterday's low. I have this red dotted line here which represent yesterday's closing price. These are very, very important price levels that will help us the following day in making any informed decisions. All right, let me show you if you don't understand. Well, I read this book out to you in my previous video. This is a book written by a former Wall Street trader, a former JP Morgan trader, and a current CEO of one of United States investment banks. So he was talking about where stops are put, and he gave us a lot of crucial information that everybody should understand, more especially if you are doing day trading, okay? Look at what he said. He said, if you are taking a long position, the initial stop losses should be placed a couple of points beneath the previous day's low. That is to say, for instance, if you are going short, because you need to understand that most institutions use a daily time frame or a weekly time frame or a monthly time frame because they have a lot of capital, but even most people use a daily time frame. So if they are going short, where do they put the stops? Just above yesterday's high. All right, yes. And if they are going long, they put their stops just below yesterday's high. Okay, and that is exactly what he explained. Let's say, for example, for a short position, the initial stop losses should be placed. Don't be confused by this 1/8. Like formerly prices were priced in fractions, but that doesn't apply anymore, right? Markets have changed. They are no longer priced in fractions. So this is to say that if you are taking a short position, your stop should be placed a couple of pips above the previous day's high. And that is exactly what I explained here. If you are taking a short position, your stops are just above this level. Okay, let's try to understand this even further. Yesterday's low or high points was the furthest that the bears or the bulls could push prices, push the stock before it changed direction. Again, understand this. Stops tend to accumulate just below or above these price ranges. A move through the low or the highs of the previous days may trigger stops and tend to clear the path for further momentum. So you can see why yesterday's highs and yesterday's lows are super important. That's because that's where stops have accumulated. So now with that understanding, you know now that it could be yesterday's high, yesterday's lows. It could be last week's high, last week's low. Because if you are using the week, that is the furthest where prices went and that is the lowest prices went. So you need to know that there are people executing on a weekly time frame, a monthly time frame, or a yearly time frame. Like heavy investors do use a yearly time frame. Okay, so look at this. This day over here was Monday. This is pound dollar. If you look at it, they gave us this big day. I say this day is called what? It is called a climax candle. When you see a climax candle, don't bother looking for an opportunity the following day because this has done most of the damage for the day or for the week. You just need to understand that. Why? Because this is even like 2 times the daily average range. So if you get a move which is 2 times the daily average range, this has done most of the damage, and the following day you're mostly not going to get a follow through because some people are going to say this is a trend day. No, this is a damage day. You don't look for anything the following day, okay? Because even on this day itself, most of the assets gave the same thing. Some went down, some went up. So when we came during the New York, I saw this move and I would just close my charts and say, yo, I know this is a disaster because they've done most of the damage. The only thing left is to trap people. So when you have that understanding, you have the advantage. But when I came the next day during the night to analyze, I realized that, oh, they gave me an inside day. Now the inside day gives us crucial information, okay? But on its own, it's not enough. The following day again, I was observing to see what was actually done, we got another inside day. This is now important because now we want to see if they're going to give us a fake break or what. So when I came the next day, I realized that they broke the low. You can see this is the low, the first low that was broken after this crazy day. When they break this low, this makes this breakout over here failed. Why? Because now they're breaking the lows. You know that if they're going up, they need to be breaking the highs, which is proper market structure. And the moment they now break the low, now this tells us that the last day of breakout was a failed breakout. You already know that I've been sharing this quite a lot on this channel, right? So now we knew that we were in a failed break. So what did they do? They came and broke down. I'm not going to chase these candles, okay? So what I did was to wait. They went up, they came and retested what? The low and the closing price. I told you these are important levels that are actually going to give us crucial information. So when they came to retest this, they stop hunted everybody who went low. And immediately when they broke out, I think there was only 1 minute left when I entered this one. So I took a sell here, and that is where I put my stop losses above here, and my targets were the low of the current week. Okay, if they surpass the low of the current week, I'm gonna put my stops the low of last week, because that's where stops are. Remember what we just read. Stops are put above key areas or below key areas depending on which time frame people are using. So I knew that, okay, who is in profit now? The people from here. So I put my stops here. However, I had to trail it towards the close of the day. Why? Because I know that if they're going to give me another opportunity the following day, they are going to pull up and they might close me if they do that, but I can always enter again. So this is the opportunity I took, because they broke the low. Because some days, the opportunity I always explain is, once they break the low, we want to register that day, and the next day we want them to push prices up so that we can take it down again. But there are days when they will just go and break the low, and then they'll give the opportunity during the New York session. Okay, so when I came the following day, which was today, Friday, right? You can see now it's quite clear. This day closed as what? This day closed as a trend day. Why? Because they broke the low. But something happened fascinating. Okay, I had already trailed my stop late when I do my analysis, because I told you I do my analysis late in the evening. That is where I'm able to actually close what I have to close or manage what I have to manage. Okay, all right, I had already trailed my position and they closed me. Okay, but not at a loss. It's small profits. But again, I knew one thing. This move over here was what? Was a trend day. Why? Because it's the first day that breaks the low. Who is in profit? The people at the low here are in profit, which was my initial target. So when I came to my charts, I realized, okay, this had already happened because I came a little bit late, but they had already moved down. So what do? I wait. And then when I waited, I realized that they came back and they retested the closing price and they started collapsing. And the moment they broke the low, I entered on a 15-minute time frame. If you go to a 15-minute time frame, you'll see this opportunity. The moment they broke the low, that is when I took my sell. And on a 15-minute time frame, you'll see why I put my stops here. Okay, so I didn't put a take profit because today it's Friday, by the way. So I know they are going to be coming for this, guys. So the moment I came in late, because I still have to come late and evaluate what has been done. I came around 8 p.m. South African time. That's when I do my analysis. So right now I came actually to manage my position, and I realized they are at the low. So it's Friday late 8 p.m. Actually, it was 9 p.m. No, it was 8 p.m. actually. Yes, it's Friday 8 p.m. What do? I just closed it here. Why? Because this move is done. They came back to stop hunt these guys. But where was the opportunity? The opportunity was when they broke this low. Remember, if prices are going up high and high and high, and eventually, because they broke the high, right? And they gave an inside day, nothing was broken, no opportunities for me. The moment they broke the low, this is when I knew this was a dead giveaway. Okay, because I had to wait and I took it here. Remember, this is the first place where I took it. I managed it, trailed it late, and then they came and closed me fine. I know that if they're going to give the opportunity the following day, they will still have to push back, because this is now what a sell high opportunity where they push prices high. But eventually they did this even early. So, okay, I was into my charts, so I waited and they just came, pull back to close everybody who got this move right? And they know that if you entered on this candle, by the time prices are here, you have trailed the move, right? And they come to close you with very small profits, then they continue down. I went to a 15-minute time frame and I took it and I enjoyed this here. So it's kind of like stubbornness, because I took it yesterday, exited with small profits, and I take it again today. But it's understanding the very same thing I keep sharing here. The fake break, the fail break that happened here, this is what gave me the confidence, because the moment they now break this low, the last day of breakout becomes a fake break. So most people will be chasing the ins and outs, whatsoever is happening. Guys, you don't have to do that. You need to wait until the time when you have an opportunity. If you don't have anything the whole week, it's okay, do nothing, all right?